It's been another massive week in Canberra fighting for Fisher. We began the week by campaigning on Sunshine Coast Rail. Sunshine Coast Rail will absolutely revolutionise the way that we move people around in our region. It'll boost accessibility and connect communities from the hinterland to the coast and from the region to the city. It'll create jobs and opportunities for decades to come. Rail from Beerwah to Maroochydore via Caloundra and Kawana is absolutely essential. 1 year ago, Ted O'Brien and I secured $1.6 billion to make Sunshine Coast Rail a reality. Yet the state government have said absolutely nothing. They've done nothing and committed nothing. It'll take 8 years to build and we've already squandered over 12 months. Time is running out to get this project started. We cannot get left behind. Come on, Mark Bailey. Come on, Premier Palaszczuk. Come on, Labor, state members on the Sunshine Coast. It's time to get on board Sunshine Coast Rail. I also called out on this Labor government to take action on TikTok. This is a company which essentially functions as a data channel for the Chinese Communist Party. They track Australians' data, and thanks to Chinese intelligence laws, the CCP is able to use that data, and Chinese intelligence laws require Chinese companies to keep that assistance a secret. It's a disgrace that this federal Labor government haven't yet banned TikTok from government devices. We've been asking for this since July last year. All our allies have done so. And once again, this Albanese Labor government is out of its depth on our nation's cybersecurity. I spoke out against Labor's failure on social services. They're removing the cashless debit card after much hullabaloo. This decision will cost lives and livelihoods right across regional Australia, including communities like Bundaberg and Hervey Bay. And instead of investing in effective income management like the Coalition did, they're rebranding, repainting the old scheme. And they're doing so while they sack staff from Services Australia, left, right and centre. They're cutting life-saving services and sacking staff at the same time. It's outrageous and it shows that this Labor government, they preach compassion, but when it comes to regional Australia, they are guilty of neglect. We commemorated the Vietnam War 50 years on, and I spoke to veterans' education and well-being. I continued to call on the Parliament to introduce a GI Bill for Australian veterans. The Australian version, what I call the Digger Bill, will see Commonwealth Government fund and support ex-servicemen and women to undertake further education, whether uni or TAFE, and this will assist our veterans to reskill and re-engage and to re-missionise. I also called on the federal government to deliver better mobile phone reception for Glasshouse and surrounding areas like Beerburrum and Beerwah. Our hinterland deserves better mobile phone reception. Once again, I called out the Albanese government on their dodgy mobile black spot program. And I made the case for a service upgrade in Glasshouse, Beerwah and Beerburrum, where services just aren't good enough. I'll keep up the fight on that front, you can be sure of that. And between Defence Committee and Intelligence Committee hearings and obligations, media interviews and meetings, I've kept up the fight on the cost of living crisis. Australians deserve better than a government who is fumbling the economy and making families and their businesses pay for it. I encourage you to reach out with your own stories about how Canberra's decisions are affecting you. Your stories help me to make the case to this Labor government that their inaction and their indifference is causing strife for real people, real families, real businesses and real Australian communities. It's well and truly been a busy week, and I look forward to seeing you around the election.